Hi guys, MrRoflWaffles here. This is another one of the multiplayer maps available in the Awakening DLC for Black Ops 3 that's coming out on February 2nd. It's early gameplay, and I'm showcasing the maps alongside some commentary talking about various zombies-related things. I have to say that out of all of the multiplayer maps, the 4 maps that I played at the event, I think this was my favorite. I just cannot get over how much I love the design. The lighting is brilliant, the aesthetic is brilliant, the actual sort of setting that you're in is just really well crafted, and honestly, I couldn't be happier with the overall feel, I guess, of a map. I think that it was just really damn cool. Now, when I was recording this, there wasn't anyone else on the multiplayer, so I'm just playing against bots here, but I still think that from what I could experience of the map against those bots, the flow still felt pretty good. So overall, I reckon this map is going to be a success. I think that you guys are going to enjoy this map just as much as I have. So, those of you who are particularly attentive will notice that in this map, there is an awful lot of symbolism and general sort of world building revolving around things like the Kraken and great sea monsters deep below the ocean and things like that. And if you think about it, in the context of Shadows of Evil, with that map in the back of your mind, it actually becomes a very interesting insight into the sort of development process, I suppose, within Treyarch. Obviously, the devs at Treyarch working on Zombies are working tirelessly to create an interesting story that is fun to play along as the maps come out. And I think that their research and exploration into ideas such as Cthulhu and the Apothicons, this race of aliens that are in Zombies now, you've got the Keepers as well, and they've been expanded on hugely in recent weeks and months. And so I think that that extra bit of research and insight into sort of alien races and things has probably seeped into other areas of the studio and kind of maybe inspired the multiplayer devs and the multiplayer map builders to sort of push the boat out a little bit and throw in a little bit of Kraken imagery and all that good stuff. I think that it's quite likely that there's some interplay there, which is really cool. It's a nice thing to think about. Obviously, if we go way back into the history of Call of Duty Zombies, you remember things like, actually, well, yeah, this is a really good example. Nightfire. Do you guys remember the Nightfire multiplayer map? Do you guys also remember Dariz? There's quite clearly some crossover there because they're built on the same foundations. Obviously, we can go back further still, even before Dariz, going back to the very beginning of everything, Nachtrandtoten. What did they do? They took a building from one of the campaign missions, stuck it in the middle of a field pretty much, and said, boom, there's your bunker, there's your Zombies map. Enjoy. So that was all the way back in 2008, and in the sort of World at War era, they took maps that were already largely built and basically refined them or expanded on the idea. They drew on what they had already created because they were in such a crunch to produce the content itself. They were so low on time. Now, they have a 3-year development cycle, and so it's sort of less necessary for them to constantly be reusing things. But that said, it seems like they're still very much open to the idea of getting inspired by their fellow developers and just making some cool maps. So here's a question for you. If you could take a thing from real life or from mythology or from folklore, just a thing, like, for example, the Cthulhu mythos that Lovecraft sort of started to build up and has been expanded by countless other writers since his works initially came out. If you could take a thing and implement it into Zombies, sort of force Treyarch to absorb it into their world and build some parts of the story or gameplay mechanics or things like that, or just an entire map around it, what would you choose? Because I think the idea of having stuff like Cthulhu and all that jazz implemented into Zombies is something that I have kind of wanted for a while, but I know a lot of people really dislike the idea of things getting super duper supernatural and having aliens all over the place and weird giant tentacle monsters and squids in the sky. A lot of people aren't too fond of that stuff, and so I posed the question to you. What would you choose? If you were Jason Blundell and you had control of the entire storyline, where would you take things? Interesting question, in my opinion at least. Hopefully, you guys leave some interesting responses in the comments section down below. I'm loving having a little bit of an interface with you guys and discussing some stuff like this. in the next video of the multiplayer maps that I'm uploading, I'm actually going to be talking a little bit about other speculative stuff I'm looking forward to in the future and things that you guys might be looking forward to as well. So that will be coming tomorrow, very, very soon. And I also will be posting Der Eisendrache gameplay early. Like I've mentioned, I cannot freaking wait. Okay, so I'm going to take a moment here to say, I've been tweeting out saying, oh yeah, the map's really good and stuff like that. And I've said it in multiple videos. I think there's something about this map, okay, that is so unbelievably different from Shadows of Evil, and yet it still doesn't feel like it's sort of an odd one out or anything like that. It feels like it fits so well. I just cannot wait to show you guys some gameplay and experience the story with all of you. I'll be posting my live reaction to my first game ever on the map on Tuesday, and I'll have early gameplay going up like I've mentioned. So thank you very much for watching, guys. I'm going to let the gameplay run here, and I'm going to cut things off with the commentary. So thank you very much for watching. I have been MrRoflWaffles. If you've enjoyed, then smash the like button with your left index finger's knuckle, and I'll see you next time. Bye!
Reaper kill. Kill. Clean kill. Reaper jumped. Profit waste.